Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Co-op Podcast, episode 167. I'm your host, Richard Bailey Jr., and today I'm joined by Mr. Gary A. Swaby. What's up, Gary?
Yo, what's up? Happy Sunday, people. It's a very nice day here in the UK. Lots of sun. So, yeah, I got to enjoy this while it lasts because we don't get this too often.
Word, we understand that. We're also joined by Mr. Charles Singletary. How's it going, Mr. Singletary?
Hello, hello. I think this is like the first time in a while I've been on twice in a month. I don't know, we got to keep this trend going.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we are also joined by Mr. Max Muller. How's it going, Max?
Hey everyone, glad to be back.
Yes, glad to have you back on the show, Max. So we do have quite a bit of topics to talk about this week, but before we do, obviously we're going to talk about what we have been playing. So how about you go first, Max, and let us know what you've been playing.
All right, so this past week I've been playing kind of a little bit of everything. I've still been playing Halo. I have been getting into Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix, because that's a series that I love, and I haven't been able to play that since like the PS2 era. So getting back into that is fun. I played Emily is Away, that free Steam indie game where you do like the AIM chat messenger. That was interesting. It was like an hour-long nostalgic experience. And then I'm playing a bit more of Rocket League, because I've always been into Rocket League, and that is just... I'm not even that big into sports games or anything like that, but Rocket League is just... I don't know what it is, but it gets me every time. And then I am playing through the Metal Gear Solid series for the first time. I'm playing through the first one on the PS1 now. Yeah. One of my new roommates loves it, so he's having me play it through. And yeah, that's what I've been playing.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's crazy so far.
Well, that's awesome.
Have you already gotten past the heart attack in the cell?
Oh yeah, I just finished fighting Psycho Mantis.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone a little not secret. I am easily terrified of game. Well, not anymore, not so much. But back in the day, I used to be easily terrified of games. Like, to the point where if there's anything underwater, I'm not doing it. So I'm pretty much done with a game if there has underwater parts. And, like, in Tomb Raider, I think 2, there's a part where you drop down a cliff and you're in water with piranha. And I quit playing the game. I never played it again after that. So, in Metal Gear Solid, I've played through it since. But when I first played it, I got creeped out so bad after that heart attack scene. I didn't play it anymore. I was done.
Yeah.
So, no, I'll just watch like videos of it at some point.
Understandable. No, yeah, it's real. It's very real.
Yep.
Definitely real. Yeah, that's awesome. You have to let us know what you think about the series as you progress through it.
Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah. So how about you, Mr. Singletary? What have you been playing?
Well, as most know, No Man's Sky comes out very soon. Comes out the beginning of August. And with that, I've been trying to get through a backlog of games. So I finished Oxenfree yesterday. Very, very good game. Very interesting, and I really like how much they put into the dialogue and the voice acting and the ambiance. The sound is like so good. And they also have this cool little wrinkle where the story plays with time a lot. And when you start a new game, it kind of keeps that going. Like the first thing that your character says when you start a new game is, or she can say, is, "Haven't you said this before?" to another character. It's like she remembers everything that happens. And I'm going to do another playthrough to see how much of that kind of changes the story. But it's really cool. I'm playing through Pillars of Eternity, which is what I was playing right before.
Choice.
Yeah, man. I put 55 hours into that game. But I started over once. So I'm maybe like 25 to 30 hours into my second playthrough. And it's just wonderful. I'm going to try to finish it. I'm going to try to finish at least the main campaign. I'm not going to do the DLC yet. Other than that, I've been playing a shit ton of Civilization 5 and Endless Legend, which is another 4X strategy game like Civ. And dude, I'm so glad I switched like permanently to PC because 4X strategy, RTS, tactical stuff. Oh, XCOM 2, I've been playing that also. It's that is my premier gaming zone. That's the shit that I love, and I've burned with Civ. I got it during the last sale, and how many hours did I put into it already? I put 16 hours into it in like 2 days.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and Endless Legend, I've recently been putting more hours in it because it's very complex, but it's very good. I've got 6 hours into that, so that's what I've been doing.
Well, once again, definitely convincing me. I need to jump on the PC bandwagon. Well, I already said that's going to happen this year, but we'll have to see whether or not I actually follow through on all of those plans this year.
Yeah. Oh, and Pokemon Go. I've been playing that too. I can't forget that.
Oh yeah, that's the game that everybody.
Oh yeah, I have to throw that in for mine too.
Yeah, so when we get to what I've been playing, I will say Pokemon No, because I have not been playing that game.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah. So how about you, Gary Swaby? What have you been playing?
Not much change from last week. I've still been playing Overwatch, still loving it. I'm waiting for the new character Anna to release. Can't wait for that, to try that out. I think that will have a lot more people playing support, because what I find is I usually always have to play support because nobody picks support. Like, they all go for offense and defense characters. So then I'm left, taking up the support role just to make sure people stay alive, because there are a lot of people who are legit bad at the game. So looking forward to that. And I've also been playing some Star Ocean, but not enough of what I should be playing, because I'm actually reviewing that game. Hopefully this week coming up, I'll have a bit more time to spend with it, and hopefully get the review up on the site. And of course, I've been playing what everyone else in the world is playing, which is Pokemon Go. I haven't actually played it while I've been outside too much. So I've mainly just been, catching Pokemon locally, and it's the lower grade, more common Pokemon that I've been catching and stuff. So hopefully, this week when I go out a bit more, I'll see if I can discover something a bit more exotic. I see Charles has a lot of Pokemon there by the looks of it on his phone.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my friends around me have been destroying me though. They're ridiculous with this game. But yeah, it's cool. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Pokemon a lot throughout this episode, so I'll leave it till later now. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Sounds cool. Unfortunately, this was the one week where I've been insanely busy, so I didn't really get to play much of anything. I did go back and play some Deus Ex, because I'm getting ready for the next Deus Ex. I will go ahead and announce this now. I know we did a poll a few days ago about the games that for our next giveaway, and of course, No Man's Sky was the overwhelming winner of that decision. So we are going to be giving that away, obviously. I just would like to say, though, for those that did not show Deus Ex any love, I am very, very disappointed, because the game has some potential, but obviously No Man's Sky, there's a lot of mystery and intrigue behind the game, so I can understand why that was going to be the #1 choice. But aside from that, Deus Ex, I really didn't have a chance to play anything else. I'm waiting to get my hands on We Happy Few. From what I understand, that's supposed to be coming out, I believe within the next 2 weeks. It's supposed to be, the Xbox Games preview program. So definitely looking forward to trying that out when that time comes. But aside from that, pretty much nothing else. Finished Inside. Still writing up about that. I did want to make a quick mention. I know Charles, you mentioned the Oxenfree earlier. Yeah, that game is fantastic. I think
Mhm.
at the end of the year, that will definitely be on my list of one of the more standout games so far this year. But I have to also put Inside on that list, and I have been telling everybody they need to play Inside because that game is not what you would expect it to be.
That game
Um,
is creepy as dick. That
yeah.
game is creepy as hell.
Yes, it is. Uh, Absolute must play. Um, but yeah, I mean that pretty much concludes what we have been playing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into the main topics for this week. So first and foremost, one of the biggest topics this week, we have to address this Warner Brothers YouTube situation, as there was some information that came out that Warner Brothers paid YouTubers for positive reviews of Shadow of Mordor. Now, I do have a few thoughts on this particular topic, but before I say what I want to say, how about you tell us more about this situation, Charles? Because I believe you know more than us.
All right. So first off, I would say that marketing deals like this are not new. Um, it's just this particular situation had a few interesting wrinkles to it. So a lot of the times, popular YouTubers, and not even all popular ones, kind of sub pop, and even starter ones, kind of get these deals with these game companies where they will pay them a certain amount to do a promotional video for their game. Um, Most times it's just as simple as just play the game. That's all. But the issue that came up with this Warner Brothers thing is it was a very, very detailed list of things that these people had to do. And in this, in these findings, it said that Warner Brothers said they play the game. They put if you do disclose that they paid them, you're supposed to put it below the fold. Now that's shady as hell because most of your casual YouTube viewers will not look at the stuff below the fold, and they knew that, which is why they said to do it. Um, but then again, apparently you didn't even have to disclose if you didn't want to. But the people that did probably disclosed before the fold, which what that means is when you look at a YouTube description on the video, everything you automatically see when you're looking at that page is above the fold. But if you have to click it to look below and see the extended details, that's below the fold. All right, so so that, and you can't say anything about any bugs that you encounter. That was explicit details from Warner Brothers. Essentially, you have to say only positive things about the game. So a lot of people found fault with that situation. Rich, would you like to take it from here?
Yes, I would just like to say, what you said about above the fold and below the fold. I know that particular terminology is used for a lot of things. I know at my job, we do like a lot of website design stuff, so they say it's important to have all of the relevant information above the fold as opposed to below because, the viewer is not going to see all that content unless they scroll down.
Right.
One thing in related to this particular topic that I did want to say, though, is that, I will admit now that the business practice, as you said, this stuff does exist. It has happened before. Unfortunately, I'm not glad to hear that Warner Brothers took part in this because I thought the Shadow of Mordor was a great game. It's not a game that I finished. I will admit that much, and anybody that looks at my PSN, they will see I didn't get the platinum, and I obviously didn't get all the trophies, so obviously I didn't finish the game. But I will say that I thought the game was great for what it was, of what I did play of it. It's disappointing to know Warner Brothers, of course. I know this is a new IP. I guess they wanted it to have some positive press, but they should have just accepted what it was going to be. I mean, it's affiliated with the Lord of the Rings franchise, so I would have thought no matter what, it would have gotten some good praise. But that's unfortunate to hear. So how about you, Max? What do you think about this particular situation?
Well, I just wanted to add actually how you were saying, yeah, it's a shame that they didn't just put it out there and see what they got, because most people, like, that game got great reviews. It got a lot of Game of the Year awards and all this stuff, and there's no way that all of those people were paid off or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, it was a ridiculous amount of Game of the Year awards, and I played it and I thought it was a great game. I didn't see it as like Game of the Year or anything like that. Like, if I were to have reviewed it, I probably would have given it like a good score, not an amazing score or anything like that. But I don't know. I just think that developers should really have more faith in their games and stuff. I get where Warner Bros. Was coming from a little bit. Like you said, it's a new game and they wanted it to be really well, or to do really well, but it was an established franchise and a very well-loved franchise. And I think that they did a fine job with it, and they should have known that going into it, or trusted that they did going into it.
I'll throw a couple things in on bouncing off what you said. Yeah, they definitely should have trusted what they did, but keep this in mind. Like, at this point, YouTube marketing is kind of like cheap labor for some of these companies, because like marketing on, throwing commercial ads up and stuff like that probably costs significantly more than just paying a YouTuber to do a video to their already established audiences. And just, directly to, as opposed to when you pay all this money to put it on TV, you are marketing to a specific group within a very large amount. So, like, just an example, say it's like 10,000 people watching this channel. That commercial comes on and only like 2,000 of those 10,000 care. But when you put it on these YouTube gaming specific streamers, you are catering to 90 to 100% your audience for that game. Now, I'm not saying that it's right. There is definitely a better way to do it, which, like we said, it's been done before. So them marketing to them or paying for them to do it, I don't have so much an issue with that approach, but how detailed they were and what you can and cannot do, that shit's shady as hell.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Yeah, I think that it's perfectly fine that PewDiePie did do a review of it, and I think it's also...
He didn't do a review.
He didn't do a review.
He just did a gameplay, a let's play, because PewDiePie doesn't, which he pointed out in the video, he doesn't do reviews, which is kind of smart on his part in his position. He gets, like 6 million views. If he did reviews, then it'd be really shady, and people could be like, "Oh, they're paying him for positive reviews." All he did was play the game. That's
true. That's fair.
Yeah.
What I was gonna go off onto with that is, I think that, like you said, they're targeting 90 to 100% of the audience, and it's great because those people are very likely, they already know the game is coming. Like, there's a very high chance a majority of those people already know the game is coming. So paying PewDiePie to just play the game, at least, I think is good press in and of itself. And having the shady, like, oh, you can't talk about bugs or anything like that, that needs to not happen, because you're already getting that exposure by having the biggest YouTuber playing the game that everyone already knows about. And I mean, that game had a lot of hype behind it. Again, it's Lord of the Rings, and everyone was looking for gameplay on that and seeing if it'll be good or not. Yeah. So I think they could have went about it in a different way and been fine.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that buggy.
No, it wasn't. I didn't have any technical issues with it at all.
Unless they gave him some like early build.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Which would have been on them then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but the thing is, with early builds, it's common practice for you to be like, all right, this is an early build. It's probably not going to be like this when the full game comes out. So that part would be unnecessary.
Yeah, it just makes me think maybe there's even something else going on behind the scenes. I don't really know. I can't say. But yeah.
Well, how about you, Gary? What do you have to say about the situation?
Well, first of all, I think they should have saved this contract for Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh God, that game.
Yeah, PC version.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like you guys said, I don't really take much issue with the YouTubers, like, because they need to get their money at the end of the day. For some of these YouTubers, like the stuff they do for their channel to get all those subscribers, they put in a lot of work. So they're entitled to take these marketing deals and stuff like that, as long as they make it clear that they're doing sponsored work. And in the case of doing a review. This is the part I disagree with, like, because the terms of that contract were, oh, you have to talk positive about the game, you can't talk about any bugs, etc. Like, that's the part I really don't agree with, because I believe that, if somebody is going to produce a review of the game, they should be able to do it with 100% honesty. So that's the part that, is really shady. Forcing people to talk positive about it. But besides that, the YouTubers accepting the money, I don't really have an issue with that personally. So that's my take on that.
I want to throw in some extra because, like, I've always been curious about YouTube personalities, specifically in gaming, and how they survive financially. And I've read like a few recent articles that were really big eye openers. One of the things is, first off, when you see these accounts with like 50,000 followers or something like that, or 100,000 followers, a lot of your casual people attribute that follower count to funding, which is not accurate. A lot of the times you'll see people with that following account and they cannot survive off of what they're making just from YouTube stuff, because there's kind of like this gray area where you have just enough amount of followers to try to live off just YouTube, but you don't have the time to do it the way that you need to. So a lot of people have to do extra jobs, have full-time jobs on top of the YouTube stuff. Like PewDiePie is not the rule. He is an exception. People at his level, like, every one of his videos gets over like 3 million views, I think. That is not a common practice. And one of the interesting wrinkles that I read about is, for some reason, a lot of people that follow these channels, they hate when they get money in any kind of way. Like, it's like they want to watch your videos and support you, but when they start doing any kind of deals, like this Warner Brothers deal, to get paid, people have a problem with it. In this format, like, the way Warner Brothers went about this was wrong, but people find problems no matter what kind of deal you have. Like, if they find out you got paid for anything on your channel, they take issue with it. They may unsubscribe or whatever. It's like I guess it's like a celebrity effect, because most celebrities in the news are very well-off people. But these YouTube celebrities are treading this very thin line, and like, they are not, like, their popularity does not equal the financial stability that you would imagine from your average celebrity. So I think people need to really consider that before they immediately go and bash these YouTubers, because they got to get their money too.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Yeah. And just a quick point to add on to that, like, when a channel like adds a Patreon or an Indiegogo and they advertise it, people get mad at that too. But like, that's a way that they could keep going. So they're running off donations. Or like interestingly enough, Twitch, a lot of Twitch users don't seem to have a problem with subscribing and like paying $5 a month to their favorite content users. This seems to be more of a specific YouTube issue.
Yeah, it's really weird. And I guess it's because YouTube has been free for so long.
Yeah. And like, it still is free. I mean, YouTube Red is a thing, but I'm kind of ignoring that. I'm going to pretend that doesn't exist. But you don't have to donate to your favorite creators, but I mean, then they aren't creating as much stuff for you. Like, it's you give some, you get some,
Yeah, it's like people who think that way are just like, I just can't get with it, because it's like, if that YouTuber stopped creating content altogether, you would be mad at them for not creating content. So like, why are you mad that they're trying to get some money so that they can sustain their lifestyle and continue to make these videos for you. Like it's stupid.
It is. It really is.
Absolutely. Well, I believe Gary, no doubt about it. I will say this right now: you definitely stole my joke for this particular session, where you mentioned Batman Arkham Knight. I would have thought that they definitely would have employed that tactic for that PC version, especially. But
Yeah, because like it seems it's almost a waste of money because like Shadow of Mordor was a legit good game.
yeah,
But see, here's the thing, y'all think they should have paid people not to say anything bad about Arkham Knight? They would have done a video of not talking. It's like just gameplay. I'm just gonna play this for 10 minutes. Or matter of fact, with PC, I'm going to try to play this, and you're gonna have to cut out all the clips of it not working on PC. So you got like a 5-second video of, "Hey, Batman Arkham Knight is on PC. Thanks for watching. Check y'all out."
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right.
Isn't it true that it's not fixed, right? Or did they end up fixing it somewhat? I haven't kept up with that in a very long time. Does anyone know?
If I'm not mistaken, it is not 100% fixed because wasn't the Arkham collection delayed because of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
Delayed for several reasons. So I think that was one of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And I can already imagine like how that went down. Like they released the game, PC version doesn't work. They tried to fix it. It was like, forget it. They'll probably somebody will make a mod and fix this shit themselves. And then someone decides, hey, we should do an HD collection. Yeah, we'll cash in on that. And right before they like try to start the process, it was like, yo, has anyone fixed that PC problem yet?
Exactly.
Nope. Gotta delay it indefinitely.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right, well, any final thoughts on this topic?
No, not from my end.
Nope. I'm good.
Disclose things that you're getting paid for, and companies stop being super fucking shady.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And in case those that don't know already, no, we are not paid off by any publishers, because obviously if that was the case, there'll be a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, we would be living it up and everything else. So
If we were, I'd be in Jamaica right now on the beach.
Oh yes, absolutely. All right, so let's go on to the next topic. This is a topic that I'm sure will get a lot of people to comment because they always are talking about what's up with the PlayStation Neo, what's up with the Scorpio. Well, apparently the PlayStation 4 Neo specs have leaked. And I'm just going to read off a few things that I see from this link that we have. So as it has already been confirmed, the Neo is a high-end version of the PlayStation 4 console. It will coexist with the original PlayStation 4. Any title released October 2016 or later will support both the original PlayStation 4 and the Neo. It has a 4K display support. And, of course, it is supposed to have the following improvements: a higher frame rate, more stable frame rate, improved graphics fidelity, and additional features. As for a release date, that still is up in the air. At one point, I thought it was going to be October, but I have no idea what it is going to be now. So I did see that we have further hardware specs talking about the 8 cores at 2.1 gigahertz, so it's 1.3 times faster than the original PS4. It has improved version of AMD GNC CUs. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, as you already know, I'm not a PC head, so I don't know what any of this shit means. But for those of you that are PC players, what are your thoughts on some of these specs?
Yeah, I mean it's not the specs aren't bad at all. It's pretty neat, to be honest. But my feeling is that this should have been the original PS4. Like I'm still with the notion that they release these new consoles way too early, and that it's kind of BS that we have to now upgrade and buy, premium versions of the consoles if we want to get the best gaming quality. I'm happy to just stick with my PC, and I'll stick with my regular PS4 for the exclusives, and that's it. But yeah, I mean, spec-wise, it's pretty good. Obviously, Project Scorpio they're planning for that to be a little more ambitious than this.
Yeah.
This ain't bad at all for the people who do want to buy into it.
I just have to think that maybe the reason they didn't release these crazy high-tech consoles at first is because they weren't sure how VR was going to take off. Because it seems to me the biggest reason these new consoles are coming is to handle VR. And that's the only reason I would be buying an upgraded one. I have no other reason to get an upgraded one. I'm fine with my normal console, but I just have to imagine that they're not all terrible people just trying to rip us off, and that since the success of VR has been bigger than they thought it would be, they're trying to catch up with that right now, because there's no way these current consoles right now can run VR.
Well,
PS4 can.
Yeah, PS4
Can
could run.
Yeah.
It can, but I'm
I don't
actually
think very well though, right?
Yeah, like I'm a bit concerned that the regular PS4 isn't gonna run a lot of VR experiences that well.
It would have to be very neutered, I would imagine.
Like, y'all seen, like, everything that they've been doing thus far has been on the PlayStation 4. Like, the demos at, like, events at E3 at PAX and stuff, those have been PS4 VR.
That's true.
Experiences.
It's true, but a lot of those kind of come off as tech demos. Like, what about when they start to create more complex VR experiences?
I don't think it's that significant of a leap that it would kind of erase that problem, though. And I don't think the Neo was ever intended to be that significant of a leap, and I appreciate that they're not marketing it like Microsoft is marketing the Scorpio, because I think the Scorpio thing is going to bite them in the ass, because they're going to get stuck in this gray area where it's like, yeah, this is an upgrade, but no, it's not like it's not the next generation console, and like you're gonna have that confusing ass conversation that people were gonna have about it. And honestly, at E3, they treated it like it was the next generation console when it's not, and that's going to bite them in the ass. Like Neo, man, like with like the PS3, the PS3 had multiple SKUs that came out and everything. And the Neo just seems like that same situation. This is going to be another SKU, a little bit better. You can do your 4K stuff on here now. VR is a little bit better optimized. But this is not a next generation console. This is not a required purchase. This is the higher end. If you want these things, you can have them. Because there's a lot of people that don't have 4K TVs yet. And
yeah, majority of people.
Yeah, I don't even understand why they would be a part of this conversation. I would like to hope that this is Sony extending the PlayStation 4's life, so we don't run into the same situation like what you said, Rich, or Gary, one of y'all said it, where the PS4 and Xbox One came out too soon, which I agree with y'all. They came out too soon. PS3 and Xbox 360 had plenty of life left. They did not need to jump into this next generation as soon as they did.
Okay, well, I mean, as a consumer, we're a little screwed here, but like the people who are gonna have the toughest life because of these two new consoles is the developers, because they have to think about so much more now, and
they got to do basically two versions of the game. But another thing, devil's advocate on that though,
four copies when you think about it. Once Scorpio's out, it's like 5 if you count PC as well. So.
Right. They're not even going to do the PC one.
Yeah. But Arkham Knight for every game now.
Right. To kind of be devil's advocate on that point too, it's not a big leap. Like, and I'm worried that people are going to buy these consoles. Well, I already know it's going to fucking happen. They're going to buy these consoles expecting the next big jump in graphics and gameplay and everything, and realize it's just the fucking pre-HD remaster of the game that you could play on your regular-ass PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Like, it's going to look cleaner. The frame rate issues will be fewer and far between, but it's not a significant leap, and I don't think it's going to be that harmful to the development process because it's not that significant of a leap.
Well, I could argue with frame rate issues if they are, for example, Dark Souls 3 on my Xbox One is locked at 30 frames. It doesn't go past 30 frames. Say Project Scorpio allows Dark Souls 3 and whatever Game of the Year edition they come out with that I know they're going to come out with in a few years to run at 60 frames. That would cause issues multiplayer-wise, so they would have to split the multiplayer community. And that won't be the only game that would have that issue in.
Yeah, that's another reason why they can't really do too much to advance their systems. And that's a very good point.
It just kind of sucks for everyone involved, for all the consumers. It really does.
But we have a choice. And like I like Sony, I like Microsoft. But these are billion-dollar companies and they make mistakes. I think this needs to be one of those situations where a lot of people don't even buy these consoles. Like, a lot of people don't buy the Neo, a lot of people don't buy the Scorpio, and they learn from this mistake.
I really hope that's the case. I just hope that they don't do like any shady marketing with this, because there's all the parents who don't know anything about the consoles and their kid just wants this and that, and they'll just buy it for their kids, and the marketing could just forward like the Scorpio and the Neo over all the other consoles, and the parents will be like, oh, this is the best one, I'll just buy that for my kid.
Right. I mean, and I say mistake, that's if they promote this like the next generation console. If when the Neo comes out, it takes the price point of the current PlayStation and the PlayStation 4 regular one drops down in price, that's perfectly fine. That would be expected. But if you come out with this
trading deals.
Yeah, but if you come out with this thing and it's like $600 premium experience, fuck you. This is bullshit, and I hope it burns in hell.
PS3 launch all over again.
Yeah.
And so I actually have a quick comment to make. I actually have two comments to make. First and foremost, I heard someone mention trade-in. Allow me to say right now, GameStop, screw GameStop. If they are the ones that get involved with that trade-in, because you only gonna get maybe $10 for your Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Yeah.
They should do it first party. Send your Xbox into Microsoft, get your deal off the Scorpio or something.
Yeah.
That'd be a great idea. They should. I don't think they will.
As long as they pay for shipping.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say is, you also mentioned that there will be some confusion with the parents. I think that confusion will start this upcoming holiday season if the Neo does come out this year as expected, and then you got the Xbox One S that's coming out. Not to mention the newly announced Gears of War 4 limited edition Xbox One S. And that's why I said I think it. And then of course I don't know if the rumors are true about a PlayStation 4 Slim, but I would imagine if all of that is coming out this holiday season, well, yeah, the parents definitely gonna be confused.
And plus you got PSVR.
Oh yeah, that is coming. That is coming.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine, like we were saying earlier, it depends on how they market it. But I have to imagine they're putting a lot of their money into this, so they're going to want to market it in any way they can and have it sell the best they can. I can't imagine that they'll be pushing both consoles much. I don't know. I feel like they're going to want everyone to jump onto this upgraded stuff, and we just have to kind of not. We have to try to not.
Fall for it.
Well, it's a very interesting messaging situation, because I know that they have already said every game that was shown at E3, every Sony game was running on the regular PlayStation 4.
Right.
Obviously, they will have to do something where they show the difference between a game running on Neo and the game running on the regular PlayStation 4 to, I guess, get people interested. But I don't think. As you guys have already said, I believe that Microsoft, they have a much tougher situation to deal with now with their messaging, because Scorpio, you got the Xbox One S, and you got the regular Xbox. So they have a bit of a bigger issue to worry about with their messaging. With Sony, yeah, I think the PlayStation 4 as is fine. unless I see a reason why I would need to get a Neo. But it's their job to sell us on why you need to have this Neo or why you should consider getting a Neo. Because right now, I don't really see a difference yet.
They dug themselves into a hole, is what they did. Like, Sony's in a position to under-promise and over-deliver with the Neo, because when Neo stuff leaked, it was like, yeah, there's going to be another SKU of the PlayStation 4. It's going to be upgraded a little bit, but both games, like, you can play your games on both. It won't be like a different disc that you have to purchase. So it's like, oh, okay. Freaking Microsoft gets at E3. We are trying to change console gaming.
Yeah.
A new age of modular consoles. Blah, blah, blah. And fucking over 9,000 teraflops and whatever the fuck.
Yeah, using all these words that no one knows what they're talking about. Yeah.
Like, you're setting it up for a disappointment.
I just thought of this right now. I think it's interesting because Nintendo is doing this with Zelda, keep in mind. They're saying that the Wii U version will be exactly like the NX version. And I don't know if that's the only game they're doing that with, but I wonder if Microsoft and Sony kind of got this idea from Nintendo, because the NX rumors have been around for, 2 years now?
It's very interesting you say that, because shouts to Luis Lopez. He actually tweeted us right now live, and he said PS4 Neo and PS4 sounds more and more like the difference between the 3DS and the new 3DS.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. Granted, at least Nintendo markets it like without confusion and tries to make it as clear as possible. Gotta give them credit for that.
They did that with 3DS, but they're not doing that with the NX. We don't know what the fuck the NX is.
That's true. But I feel like once they reveal it, they'll be much more clear with it. I would hope, and especially that's in March, right? That's March 2017, or is it April when that thing's coming out?
Oh,
You
no.
better do that soon.
No, it's probably going to be 2017 to be determined, since you know.
Oh no, they came out and said it's either March or April. I forget which month.
Oh, they confirmed? That's when the
Yeah,
system
they didn't say the date, but they said that's when it's coming out. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
So
Nintendo
they better
have-
reveal that shit soon.
Yeah, they need to have a direct or something. What the hell is wrong with these guys?
I don't know.
I mean, I would say the same thing for Sony. Like, they haven't officially come out and talked about the Neo at all, really. Like, and it's supposed to come out this year still.
Well,
yeah,
I will say this. That's going to be interesting, because now you know they're not going to have a Gamescom show, and neither is Microsoft. So, yeah, I do want to know when Sony is going to talk about what this next system is. If it's maybe Tokyo Game Show, but that's going to be interesting, because I have no idea how they're going to play that card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting. 2017 will be an interesting year for games, and late 2016.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, we're kind of in a quiet period right now, so catch up on your backlog until then.
Oh yeah,
It's quiet for one more month.
Yep.
Yeah, there's gonna be plenty more coming.
Yep.
No Man's Sky, yeah.
Oh, I hope to God the game is good.
Uh-oh.
Please be good.
It's gonna be good. It's just I'm worried about some people's expectations. I already know what they're like the cooperative expectations. If you're watching this show, just dash that shit. Like, the whole thing about playing with your friends, let it go. They've been saying it since the damn game was announced. It's not a cooperative experience, and it's very hard for you to find your friends in this game. Like, get over it. Because I know we're going to have to deal with reviews that are like, I couldn't find anybody. It's not easy to find anyone. Like, that's not what the game is about at all.
Hey, I'd argue that makes it more fun. Make it like part of the game to try and find your friends even, you know? Give yourself another goal.
Yeah, like, it's the cool thing, the thing that's kind of like a focus of this game is exploring. You happen upon a planet that you find out one of your friends happened to discover. Like, that's
cool.
That is the cool shit. Yeah.
Hey, and then you can meet up there. Like, I feel like would you not be able to do that? I mean,
I
granted,
don't know, because think about how many planets are in this game. By the time you find a planet with that someone else discovered, they're probably hundreds of thousands of planets away already.
That's true. Yeah. God, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So that means that you definitely need to pick this game up on day one then.
Yeah,
to stay ahead of the curve.
yeah. That's how I'm an elite dangerous. If you go to certain parts of the galaxy, my name is all over those mofos, and that's forever, never going
Wow.
away.
I'm gonna put that to the test and get into that game eventually.
Hopefully soon, man. The game is wonderful.
Yes. All right. So, any final thoughts on Neo?
I'm good.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more information on Neo whenever Sony decides to reveal more information on Neo, I guess. So we're going to now go over to our next topic. This is something that Gary has already told me that he is planning to pre-order as soon as it comes out. Uh, Nintendo made an interesting announcement recently that they are releasing a new NES console later this year, this fall. So, in my opinion, Nintendo has already acknowledged that there will not be any Wii U games this fall. Therefore, they are deciding to release this console to make up for that. So, are any of you guys planning on picking up this new NES
Well,
console?
I know that you was actually, trying to make a joke there about me pre-ordering and stuff. Like I'm the biggest Nintendo hater apparently, but I actually was excited to hear this news, like, and because this was actually my first console, like the NES system was my first console, so I actually would buy this, to be honest with you. And I mean, although I can actually play those games again if I want to, by using methods that I don't want to disclose right now.
Emulators.
Yeah, I am like, this is a legit way to relive some of those games, so I am excited for it. The only thing I'm annoyed about is they did the whole thing where, oh, sorry, it doesn't include the adapter. Like, what the hell, Nintendo? Like, come on now. How you gonna?
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't include the adapter, but the console is only $60, and it comes
30
with
games.
30 games. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not bad value really for nostalgia. So
Mm-mm.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I'll buy it.
Now, it is coming out November 11th. That's when it's, the date. And there's a lot of
Was
other
it
stuff that's
really?
also going to be out.
That's a
Oh, yeah.
weird time for them to release that.
It's a very weird time. Maybe perhaps
No, that's a good gift. $60? That's a really good gift to buy during the holidays.
Oh, it's a good gift. I just feel like there's going to be so much else that people are going to be focusing on. I hope that it sells well. Granted, yeah, that is a great gift, but
Yeah,
well,
$60. Like, there's gonna be parents buying games that are $60 around that time.
Yeah.
So getting the whole Nintendo with 30 games already with it. If as long as they place that correctly, that's gonna do really well.
yeah.
But
I just
then,
hope, like, if people ask for it, like,
oh no,
because
go ahead.
people are going to be pre-ordering stuff. Keep in mind,
True.
like, the new consoles and everything in games. I just really hope that even, like, the younger generation who didn't grow up with this stuff, I hope that maybe even they ask for it. I hope it does really well. I really do.
well, yeah, I believe it will because, they got to have different options. But, yeah, there's quite a bit that's going to be coming out at that particular time and right before that particular time. So,
I do want to say that, be devil's advocate on this, they could have put all those games on one disc for like $30.
Yeah, they could have. They
Sold
could
it
have.
for the Wii or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
It's not a bad move by any means.
true.
Well, no, they're just trying to make themselves a little bit of money this holiday season because, as I've already said, I don't see any Wii U releases for the holiday season unless, of course, they announce something at an upcoming direct.
Hey, to be real, Nintendo ain't got to talk about the Wii U no more. Pokemon Go is gonna keep them floating for a while.
True.
Like, have y'all looked in the shop
No.
at the stuff that you can buy? Like, just
yeah.
imagine how many people. There are more people playing Pokemon Go right now than using Tinder, using Twitter, using Facebook, and watching porn. Which I saw that link 2 days ago about the porn thing.
Whoa.
If half of that amount spend $1 just to make their backpack larger, they're good. They're fine.
Wait. they're playing it more than watching porn. Oh man,
Yes.
maybe it can cure me.
Yeah, that's serious.
Yeah.
No. I just think I don't get people are saying Nintendo's selling out for going to mobile. I've read that a little bit on like NeoGAF and stuff, and I just think that's very interesting because I don't think they're selling out. Oh, I don't even they're about to come out with a new console.
That is so. Here's the thing, though. Like, to say that they're selling out by going mobile is completely ignoring the fact that they have had a stronger mobile market than anyone for a long ass time.
Yeah.
Like, their business is built on their more on their mobile gaming stuff, and I'm including their handheld consoles for that.
Yeah.
Like, they print money off of that shit, so it makes sense for them to cash in on cell phones too. Like, if they they have the largest handheld market, and mobile gaming is the second largest market in gaming. If they can get onto both of those things, which they have, they're set. They don't need a home console. I wish they would fucking stop making them, honestly.
Well,
they're smart.
maybe maybe the NX isn't a home console.
Some people think it's like a tablet.
Yeah. That's true. I guess we don't know what it is. And I also just think it was just such a smart move because they took a device that everyone has, even people who aren't really gamers, and they gave you a free app based on a ridiculously popular property. And it's just it's genius. Like there's nothing. I don't know. I just don't get why people are saying they're selling out. And also, they didn't even develop the game. Niantic developed the game.
Yep.
Nintendo just gave them the property.
Yep, Niantic had a thing built on everything that you see in Pokemon Go. Well, yeah, is all built on what Ingress has. Which, if you want to learn like where all the Pokestops and everything are, go look at Ingress's maps. Because
I was reading about that. Yeah,
it's
crazy.
all of their hotspots. So like, it's just a brilliant partnership, is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like whoever thought of that idea must like gotten a huge bonus.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's genius. Genius idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, it goes to show. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Rich.
Oh no, go ahead, continue. I'll go after you.
It just goes to show that the value of Nintendo is their IPs. Like, because me personally, I'm not excited about more Nintendo hardware, but I am excited by the fact that Pokemon is on mobile right now. Like, that's a big deal. So I definitely think that's an area they need to explore more moving forward.
How would y'all feel if Nintendo stopped doing home consoles?
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't. I haven't bought a home console since the Wii, but I have a lot of friends that love Nintendo consoles, and I get to play all the games through their consoles, and I have an awesome time. So I wouldn't be insanely affected by it, but I do think it would be a loss for the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
What if they made it where their handhelds were more functional with home setups, though?
What do you mean by that?
Where they could connect to the TV. Like, for instance, you have 3D. Like, say, best case scenario, the next DS comes out, right?
Okay.
And you play Smash on it, but you have like these little devices you can get to hook up to a TV where your friends can play with your Smash on the TV.
So not
that's
through
what
one of their home consoles. Oh, sorry. Gary.
Right, yeah, not through a home console. Just make it where these mobile consoles are their consoles. They are the bread and butter. There's no in-home like Wii U, Wii situation anymore. Only 3DS or DS, whatever the fuck.
That's what I hope the NX is, to be honest. Like, that's what I wanted to, because obviously their handhelds have been way better than their consoles, to me personally. So
Yeah.
I don't particularly care to see another Nintendo console, but a handheld I am interested in, mainly because it has Pokemon, and it's got other great stuff like Fire Emblem and all those other great games.
Yeah, like how cool would it be if they cashed in on how Pokemon Go is working, where you take your 3DS to these specific Smash hotspots or something like that to play with each other and earn characters or something.
That would be the best thing they could do, I think.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. I have to agree with that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's no doubt about it. It's we'll have to see what the NX actually is because I have no idea what it is. Hopefully, yeah, all this stuff is connected, though I would assume. But I was gonna say, since you guys already brought it up, let's just bleed this into the actual final topic because Pokemon Go hype is everywhere.
Yeah.
I see everybody's playing this game, even people who are a hell of a lot older than me. Um, I mean, old enough to be my parents. So I'm figuring, wow, they even playing this. So I have to ask this question. I know all of you have been playing. Uh, so here's the question: will the Pokemon Go hype die off? At what point? At what point in time? First of all, will it die off, and then when? That's the question I have. So whoever wants to go first.
All right, I'll start it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Charles.
With anything that's incredible viral success worldwide like this, it's obviously going to die off in interest slightly. I don't think there's going to be a massive drop off like some people hope for some reason because I guess they hate when people are fucking happy. I don't know why. But it's going to fall. It's going to die out a little bit. I think it's going to sustain a pretty large amount of people for a long time because this is only the first 147 Pokemon right now, people.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, yes, that group, that's the largest group that you're going to cash in on because those are all the younger people that knew it when they were well, no, I'm sorry, older people that knew it when they were kids and they love it now. And you got some younger people that know about those classic Pokemon but don't care as much about them. They're just happy to be playing a Pokemon game. But then the next area comes out. The next 150 drop, right? And you're going to have a resurgence of people getting in there to catch that stuff. And it's probably going to taper off over time. But look at what they are at now. Like, if they tapered off right now, they're still more than everybody else. Like, more than Facebook, more than Twitter, more than porn, more than Tinder, more than anything. That's a great place to fucking start. Yeah.
Yeah, to branch off of that, I completely agree that the population will die off a little bit, but I just see this as an MMO. Like, that happens with an MMO, too. MMO, it's always biggest at launch, and then it dies off, it gets its core population, and then expansions will come out, and it'll get people back for a little bit, and then more will stay or less will stay, depending on how it goes, obviously. And Pokemon Go, it's going to have expansions. Like, quite literally, it's going to have not all big giant chunks, but just slowly throughout we're going to keep getting new features like battling and trading. And like you said, there's 600 more Pokemon to fucking add. That was a great idea to not have them all in at once. That would have been awful.
It was brilliant. Yeah.
They were all there at once. Yeah,
I don't think as many people would be playing today if they released all of them at once.
Agreed. It would have been overwhelming.
You will releasing 147. You give them a more attainable goal, and the understanding that more are coming later. Like, also, you only gave them 147, so the 3 legendaries they have to wait for.
Yeah. I just read an article today. I don't know how true this is. I'm taking it very skeptically that someone has found evidence of Mew in the game, in the code, and I was just kind of like, okay. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense that he's in the code, but like that doesn't mean he's in the game yet. Like,
well, if it's 147, that only takes away 3, which is the legendary birds. So was he 150 or 151?
I actually don't know. Logic says Mew is 150, Mewtwo is 151. But
look it up.
Yeah, I was about to do that too. Tree. He's 151.
Mew is 151. All right, so yeah, I don't believe it then.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. And I also, what do you guys think about the fact that Nintendo didn't really put a tutorial in the game, but people are still like that didn't put anyone off?
I didn't really think too much into it because a lot of the stuff me and my friends just started figuring it out. So
Well, I'm saying more for people who don't play games. Like to us, it came kind of naturally, but for like especially like even our grandparents who don't even know how to fucking use a phone in the first place, I just think it's interesting that they were able to figure this out, you know, and keep playing it. Because like my parents, they know. My parents are older now; they're in like their 50s, but they know of like their friends who are in like their 60s and 70s who are using it now. Who again don't own computers or know how to call people on a phone, let alone play a game and figure out this game. And they just know all the features and everything about it. I think that's crazy.
Man, that's funny.
It is.
Here's the question that I do want to ask. And well, before I ask this question, Gary, do you have any thoughts?
I mean, I was gonna say the exact thing that Max said about this being like an MMO. I think this is like the real world version of an MMO, and usually when an MMO launches, it's like the servers are just overloaded. You know, everybody's trying to get in, everybody's playing it and stuff. But then, you know, gradually it drops off, but there's still enough people playing it. Like you'll still have your core audience and the people who enjoy the game. They're going to continue to play it. And then obviously when new content is released, everybody goes back in. So I do think that this is going to continue for a long time. And I mean, I know a game is, you know, viral when my mother asks me about it, like, because she don't care about games at all. So like when she asks me about Pokemon Go, I know that this is a big deal.
yeah, my mom actually called and made sure I was playing it because she remembered how obsessed I was when I was a kid. Because like there was the Christmas after Blue and Red came out, I happened to open Blue as my Christmas gift first, and I didn't open any of my other gifts for like 2 days. I just sat there and played Blue.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Awesome.
In general, I'm just like seeing things I've never seen happen before. Like this is just really like a revolution, kind of like because as soon as I went out, like the day it launched in the UK, I went outside and I literally saw like people playing it, and it's just like I never associated the people around this area as like, I mean, of course there's young guys that game and stuff, they got Xboxes, but like in general, a lot of people around this area I wouldn't associate with gaming at all, and like there was just people playing it like that. I was surprised at seeing them play. So this is a big deal, and I don't think it's going to completely go away for a while. So that's my take.
That's a great point.
So I will say this. I believe all three of you have convinced me that I maybe should try it out because I want to see what this huge phenomenon is all about. So I'll give my thoughts on that next week. But now I have to ask the question. We have to really look at this a little bit deeper because this is what my theory is. And I will apologize now if this may be a little too controversial, but I think it's something that has to be questioned. Now, is this game popular now because it's a Pokemon game, or because of because it's something that everybody is accessible to everybody, or is this popular because there is no other games out right now? Because normally the summertime, it's a drought. There isn't really many releases out until August. So
I don't. That is irrelevant to this because it hit this sweet spot of sociability. Where in social experience, because these people are going out and with their friends, walking around during the day, in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, to catch these Pokemon, go to these Pokestops. Go like me and my friends. All of us are between the ages of 21 to 27. I am the oldest, and we've been going to like hookah cafes that are Pokestops, dropping lures, spending money there. Going to UTSA's campus at 3 in the morning and walking around because they have like 7 Pokestops in one area and like another 10 in another area. Like, this would have completely overridden anything that came out this summer anyway.
Wow.
Or worked in conjunction with them. Like, nothing was going to stop this from blowing up as it did.
And also, interestingly enough, Ingress has always been there. Ingress, that game's like a year or 2 years old now, and that wasn't really that popular. So
Right.
I think because of the fact that it is Pokemon is like one of the biggest reasons that it is this big.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
it
agree.
definitely it wouldn't work with anything else.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't have worked with anything, and it just makes sense. Like you can't do this with like a normal big property. Like you couldn't do this with Mario. You couldn't do something with this with like Halo or Uncharted. But with Pokemon, it makes perfect sense.
Final Fantasy.
Whoa. Well,
That'd be interesting.
But I do have that does bring me to the question I was going to ask. Who and well, first off, do y'all think a lot of people are going to try to copy this model to a degree? And if so, who do you think?
They already there was one app that is basically a clone of Pokemon Go. It released in Asia and it shot to the top of the Apple charts. Or
The one in China?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one is like an explicit ripoff of Pokemon. I just mean like other companies using their stuff. Like you said, Final Fantasy. Like, who else do y'all think can imagine doing this? Because like me and my friends were talking about Digimon and how they should do something similar, but not exactly. Like they should focus more on the battling side of things.
Yeah.
As opposed to collecting, because that's more what Digimon was about.
Yeah, I could definitely see a lot of companies kind of copying the whole alternate reality model.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
It's gonna happen. We just don't know. I don't know if they'll do it all in the same way. Like everyone's gonna jump on this kind of AR kind of stuff and VR, but it's not gonna be in the same way that Pokemon Go is. It can't be because
it may legally not be able to because Ingress may have signed an exclusive deal because they're the only ones with this kind of setup.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got patents and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, interesting. Good point.
That's a very good question. It's a question that I'm stumped and I really can't develop a proper answer for yet as to other properties. One thing I will say, I would imagine if there is a property out there that involves solving crimes, solving mysteries, that may potentially be something that can be explored.
That's
Return of LA Noir.
That would be pretty dope. Like instead of Pokestops, it's crime scenes that you investigate with AR. Hey, you need to write that into an article, sir.
Yo, hit up the Sherlock people. Tell them to make that.
I'm already a ridiculous fan of detective or investigative things in games. Even like The Witcher 3, The Witcher sense. Like I am in love with shit like that. So you give me that in AR, man, I am sold. All my money. Take it.
Hey, yeah, that makes sense. And to answer your question, Gary, of hitting up the Sherlock people, I would definitely do that. But first, they have to figure out how to make a good Sherlock Holmes game first.
Hey. There
Those
are
are fighting words.
very good fucking Sherlock Holmes games out there, sir. And the newest one being The Devil's Daughter.
Yeah, that one.
That one, I'm hearing that one wasn't as good as the previous ones. But the previous ones are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I heard the previous ones were great. I heard the last one. I'm not sure. Mixed reviews, but I can't say that because I haven't played it yet. Once I play it, I'll definitely give my thoughts. But yeah, I would love to see that type of experience because the mystery element is I think that's a very, very big idea. So hopefully somebody does employ that to some degree.
Interestingly, if I'm not mistaken, didn't one of the Sherlock Holmes games come to Games with Gold like last month? I believe it did.
That is a very good question. Maybe Crimes and Punishment, perhaps.
I think so. Yep. That was in March.
All right, that was 360, right? Or was it?
That was an Xbox One.
Xbox One. Wait a second.
Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. I'll link it in the chat right now.
Oh man, you mean to tell me that I missed out on my opportunity to get that game for free? I would never live that down now. Well,
Yeah, that's a good game right there.
yeah, I know. You actually reviewed that game when it came out on the site, so
Yeah.
I remember that.
Cool.
Cool. So,
I have to try that out.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
so,
the Final Fantasy fanboy in me wants a Final Fantasy game where you can like find monsters and battle them, like kind of like what Charles said for Digimon, but for Final Fantasy.
Okay.
I would love that.
yeah, that could be explored, perhaps. I don't know. I think Square they have their hands full right now with a lot of different things. So I don't know how involved they would be in that unless they just try to license the characters and to let them Ingress take over. But I mean, never say never. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. What was you gonna say, Max?
Actually, never mind. Sorry.
Oh
You go
no,
ahead.
you're fine.
Well, what I was going to say was going to be kind of leading off topic. So it was more of like an ending the
Yeah.
show type of deal. So
Well,
I guess are we done with Pokemon Go?
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, Gary's good.
All right. Well, I was actually going to just ask Gary his thoughts on Final Fantasy 15 so far. On what he thinks. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Okay.
Roast
man.
session begins.
You know this podcast is about to go on for another hour now, right?
No.
All right. Yeah.
I guess as condensed as you can make them.
I'm really excited for the game, to be honest. I'm more of a fan of, the old school turn-based ATB system for Final Fantasy games. But, I'm definitely not opposed to the more real-time combat and stuff. And it works for Kingdom Hearts, so, it's not a bad thing. But I feel like the demo they showed at E3 was very, very bad. It didn't do the game any favors. And I feel like when the game does release, there will be disappointment. I feel like a lot of people will be disappointed. And right now, it's bad for people to be disappointed because people are already upset over the 13 series, which I personally don't feel was bad. But yeah, people are already, disliking the series because of those games. So if this game is a huge disappointment for people, that's not going to look good for the Final Fantasy brand. But I myself, I'm really looking forward to it, and I feel like I will be satisfied if the game is anything like the demo that released last year, because I actually enjoyed that.
Well, I actually have a solution to that problem. You said people being disappointed. Perhaps Square Enix needs to follow Warner Brothers' footsteps and pay off some people to talk positively about the game.
There you go.
They need to pay me, man. They need to pay me. I think I deserve some payment.
Well, Square Enix doesn't have the money to do that. Keep in mind, if this and Kingdom Hearts 3 go bad, they're pretty much done for. That's why Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to the Xbox One.
Oh, please don't say.
All right, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fabula Nova Crystallis. I cannot wait for all of this shit to be over with. And if you're not familiar with what that is, Fabula Nova Crystallis started with Final Fantasy 13 and encompasses everything that has happened so far, ending with Final Fantasy 15. So, Type O and whatever the mobile games and all the TV shows and the movie and all that, I am so ready for this shit to be over with. Oh my goodness, I'm tired of it.
I want
tired.
I want Lightning to be in 15.
I don't know.
That won't happen.
Well, you know what? It's a possibility. This was supposed to be Final Fantasy 13 Versus. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to kind of be in the same world and shit. So, like, I hated 13's story so much. Gary knows this. And I everything based around these crystals has been so fucking subpar. I'm ready for it to be done for. Like, the best thing that's come out of it is 14.
Oh, I've heard great things about 14.
Yeah, 14 is great. 13,
try it.
Not great.
13 is the only Final Fantasy game I've ever played. 13-1.
You said 13 is the only one you have?
Yes, 13.1
Wow.
is the only. I have 7. I just bought 7 the other day on the Steam sale, though, so I'm going to install that and get into that. I've always been a big Kingdom Hearts fan.
I envy you right now
Yeah.
because you are about to experience greatness
I'm so excited.
after having gone through some dumb shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why Gary won't like. Lightning is a cool character, man. But 13's story is so bad and so boring.
I mean, when you compare it to the other Final
no,
Fantasy games, it's bad. It's bad, but like
it is bad.
if you play it as a singular experience, it's actually quite fun to play.
It is. If I didn't compare it to anything else in the world, it is bad. Mainly because you don't even know what the fuck is going on unless you read the primers. And then once you do, it's irrelevant as fuck. Like it's not good, man. Sorry, this is bad.
But the growth of the characters is done really well.
Hope, yes. Hope's character, I hated him at the beginning of that game, and I liked him a lot towards the end. I agree with you there. Lightning, from my understanding, her growth happens throughout the series. So you have to do 2 and Lightning Returns to kind of get more of hers. Because she didn't really change at 13.
She did a little because she was really cold-hearted at the start, and towards the end she kind of opened up and she was a bit more friendly to everyone.
I'd be cold-hearted too if I was in Final Fantasy 13.
So wait, Gary, what's your favorite one in the trilogy? I'm curious. I've only played the first one, so I know nothing. I'm just curious.
I think I'm gonna go Lightning Returns just because I love the gameplay and the story wasn't as bad as because 13-2 that story was bad, but the gameplay was better than 13.
Right.
But Lightning Returns has the best gameplay, I feel like, and the story isn't really that bad at all. So that's my personal favorite.
So here's the question. Since you started this topic, Max, now I have a question.
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and let's say that Final Fantasy 15 is disappointing for whatever reason. Let's say it disappoints or it doesn't meet expectations. Will you now be concerned about Final Fantasy 7 Remastered?
Okay, answer first and then I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead. All of you can answer, but yeah, go ahead, Max. You can go first.
I got comments.
Okay, I would have to argue no, not that worried, because the game is already there. Like, I can't imagine they would screw up the base of the game that has been regarded as one of the best games in a 14-game-long series. Again, I haven't played any of them yet, but I can't imagine that they can screw it up that bad. I really can't. Because
I agree.
As far as I would know, it's just the same game, just much better graphics. They're like breaking it up into parts now, right? Aren't they doing something like that?
Yeah. Oh, I will say, they better not put the magic system from 15 in that motherfucker. Or we don't have
I mean, they kind of have to. They kind of have to do materia and stuff because that's part of
like I know they have materia, but the way you use magic, they better not do what 15 does.
Well, yeah, that would be really lazy.
That shit's trash. It already looks like Kingdom Hearts. I don't care if you go the Kingdom Hearts route because that worked fine.
Yeah, but I feel like they should keep them different enough too.
True.
Like they shouldn't make the next Final Fantasy just rehash of Kingdom Hearts, especially since we're finally getting a new Kingdom Hearts. Fucking finally. Well, console Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, 2020, right? You said.
Yeah, maybe 2025 if we're lucky. Jesus.
I just hope, like, I don't think it'll affect it, to answer your question. I don't think it'll affect it at all. I'd be more concerned about what happens after 15, but even then, they don't have to do this Fabula Nova Crystallis bullshit anymore. Like, they don't have to be stuck in this box that they've put themselves into. We can actually get another Final Fantasy story. Like, because think about what we were accustomed to. We had 7, 8, 9, all different worlds. 10 as well, all different worlds. 11 well, I'm not counting 11. 12 kind of was in the same world as Tactics and 9, maybe. I know it was definitely the same as Tactics. And then 13 hits, and we get fucking 13, 13 2, 13 Lightning Returns, motherfucking anime, movie, versus, not versus, it's 15 now. All of this in the same shit. I just want to go, I want to go to 16 and just clean slate. Whole nother world. New characters, not Lightning.
Interesting.
Well, I just with regards to the question from Rich, in Max's case and anyone else who hasn't played the original, I would urge everyone to play the original before playing the remaster. Just because my main concerns with the remake thing is that it's not going to feel the same as playing it the first time. Like when you play the original version, it's just like you get a feeling from it that I just don't think can be recreated. So I urge everyone to play the original first. But with regards to the remake, I do feel like it will deliver. I don't think it will be a disappointment at all. I mean, it's not much that can really go wrong. It seems like they've got a good formula for it. They're using the Unreal Engine and stuff, so and they're extending things by making 3 games or what have you. So yeah, I mean, I would prefer just one, game. But hey, if they really do a good job in expanding the story, then fair enough.
Well, don't worry, Gary. You'll get one game, maybe about 3 to 4 years after the all parts come out when they re-release it as the complete game. So yeah, you don't have to worry. You'll be buying you'll buy all those versions, including the version that has all 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Remake Remastered. He's gonna buy
it. Yeah, I will. Max, just so you know, I literally buy like all Final Fantasy games multiple times, like on different platforms.
Damn, that's cool though, to have such dedication to a series and love a series so much. I think that's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, well, we'll have to revisit and see if that happens to you when you start playing Metal Gear and go through every Metal Gear game. Maybe I need to get Metal Gear again on PlayStation 4.
Yeah. No, I'm playing it through. I'm playing all the original versions. My friend urged me. He was like, "No, you're playing it through." We literally have a PS1 set up where I'm playing it in our media center right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see.
And then Final Fantasy VII, I have the original one on Steam right now, on my hard drive right now. I have yet to start it, but
let us know when you do.
Will do.
Yes.
I have a lot of things I need to catch up on right now.
You need to buy 8 and 9 and 10 also.
Okay.
7 was my favorite, and it's in my top for many reasons. One being that it introduced me to RPGs, but 9 and 10 are incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely if there's people out there who are kind of intimidated to get into Final Fantasy, I would definitely recommend starting off with 10 because that's like the most accessible one to really get started in the series, I think, because the graphics are 3D and everything, the gameplay is not really that complex.
Yeah, you're not stepping back too far.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good one to start with.
And it's just as good. There are arguments that it's better than 7, which people consider 7 to be the best. I don't know if there are many arguments about it beating 6, but I haven't beat 6 yet, so I don't have a insight on that.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. So any final words on this topic before we close the show?
Shouts to Wesley. I just want to read out his tweets real quick. I mean, we don't have to reply, but I just wanted to make sure I included them because he supports us weekly.
Yes.
So he said the remake won't be the same thing, which is smart. Square knows that they can't give you that same feeling when you first played Final Fantasy VII, so they are making changes to surprise people, maybe tighten up some of the plot holes as well. So that's his take on it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's a good point.
Very good comment.
Yeah, one thing they're gonna have to change is like not putting Vincent in a coffin in somebody's house. Like make him a part of the story.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, any other final comments about this topic?
That's it
I'm
for
good.
me.
You good. So, we thank you all for listening to this week's show. I believe that we probably have some shout outs. So, how about you go first, Charles?
Oh, what? I'm sorry, I got distracted by a meme. What would you say?
Oh, no, you have any shout outs?
Shout out to Not for Critics Network on YouTube. We've been sharing a lot of the older comedy sketches that this group of guys did before we became Not for Critics, so y'all should definitely watch them. They are absolutely hilarious. Stay tuned on Going Indie, goingindiebook.com and at Going Indie Book. We've got some interesting things in the works there. Me and David Jagno, another Coalition alumni. And follow me on Twitter, _CSJR. I do not shy away from conversations on Twitter. So if you do engage me, expect response. Yeah. But I mean, we have some pretty awesome debates and conversations. So like, for the most part, they stay fairly calm and constructive. But every now and then they do get out of hand. But that's it for me.
Okay, how about you, Max? Any shout outs or final words?
Not really. Just thanks again for this opportunity. This is now my second week here. I'm feeling kind of at home here. Like, this is always a really fun time. I love getting into these conversations and debates with you guys. It's awesome.
Yes, we absolutely love having you as well. So thank you for being on today's show also.
Of course.
How about you, Gary? Any final shout outs?
Yeah, definitely shouts to you guys. We had some good discussion today, I think. And shouts to all the supporters, the Patreon supporters, M. Collins and Gority. Shouts to you guys. And, look out for the giveaway, which Rich will probably talk more about as well. And I also wanted to shout out Stars Network and 50 Cent for the excellent show that is called Power. That returns tonight on Stars.
Yes.
And we will be doing a recap, so the recap will be up on the site as soon as the episode airs. So look out for that.
Yeah, I also would like to give a shout out to Stars. This is something new that we are trying because we are fans of the show, and no 50 Cent and Stars are not paying us to talk about the show. So we want to clarify that right now. No, we've been fans of the show ever since then, so we decided to actually reach out to them. We can only talk about the first episode. We've seen a little bit more than that, but you'll hear our thoughts about that later on this evening. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out to all the fans that continue to listen, to support us as well as the show. To stay back on the entertainment tip, as I already spoke about Stars, I have a recommendation. If you are planning on going to the movies, at any point, if you're planning on going later today or any the upcoming weeks, I do have a recommendation of a movie that you should watch. Whether or not you have a kid or not, you need to go see The Secret Lives of Pets, because that movie is pretty damn entertaining. It's pretty funny. If, on the other hand, you want to go to the movies and you want to see a horrible movie, a bad movie, you should go check out that new Ghostbusters movie, because that movie is pretty pretty ridiculous. So that's all I want to say though for now. Thank you guys for the continued support, and we will talk to you all next week.